According to the National Safety Council, 3.2 million people suffered a recreational injury in 2021 alone, with a cost up to $60 billion. Now, if we take a closer look at the graph, we see that a large chunk of these injuries are exercise-related. This tells us that people hurt themselves while working out, and injured people have a tendency to quit exercise or working out altogether. Now, from experience, I can tell you that the average person has little to no kinesthetic literacy, postural problems, mobility issues, and critical low levels of strength. Now, exercising is not the problem here, but a lack of skill and or the wrong exercise selection. That's the reason why in this video, I'm gonna show you why CrossFit's American Swing belongs to the iron graveyard. But I'm not gonna stop there. I'm also gonna show you what to do instead. But before we get started, I have a gift for you. 30 days filled with kettlebell workouts for free. Check the first link in the description.
Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe Stark here. I compare the American Swing with smoking. Many people actually do it and have never suffered any consequences. Yet there might be a large group of people that, if they continue doing it, might severely hurt themselves. If you enjoy the American Swing, more power to you. Yet, if your goal is to eradicate any potential injury down the line as you are working out, it will probably be a good idea to substitute the American Swing with a different exercise that I'm gonna show later in the video. The American Swing is similar to the Hawkins test, at least to a certain extent. The YouTube channel Physio Tutors explains the Hawkins test right here.
Have the patient in sitting position with the affected arm in 90 degrees of shoulder flexion and the elbow flexed to 90 degrees. Fixate the scapula with one hand and hold onto the patient's elbow with the other hand and add passive internal rotation to the glenohumeral joint. The test is considered positive in case of the reproduction of the patient's familiar shoulder pain.
The striking similarity between the American Swing as well as the Hawkins test is the internal rotation of the shoulders as well as flexion of the shoulders. Internal rotation of the shoulder in the backswing is not really a problem. However, once you bring the kettlebell overhead, your shoulder goes into full flexion. And since you have to hold on to a kettlebell with both of your hands, the internal rotation of the shoulder might still be existing. And this might lead to some critical impingement.
Now, I'm aware that with the American Swing, the shoulder deviates from that movement pattern that is demonstrated in the Hawkins test. However, there's another great video from Move You that explains what you have to look out for if you have shoulder impingement.
Here's what occurs. Often scapular dysfunction is the root issue, where the shoulder blade isn't moving with the arm. It's stationary and the arm comes up and it causes a pinch underneath the bone right here. Here's what you need to learn how to do. And this is all in the Move Your Shoulder program. You need to learn how to use your scapula stabilizers to lock your shoulder and scoop it in position. And then when you bring up your arm, you're gonna learn to upwardly rotate your shoulder blade so that pinch does not occur.
This is the crucial part of this video. With the American Swing, you're not able to stabilize the shoulder because you're actually grabbing to an object that is floating over your head. Even if you're able to pull it off, as soon as you use heavier weights, this movement pattern becomes almost impossible to recreate. I'm going to show you right now what exercise you can use instead of the American Swing. The exercise that I'm talking about is the snatch. Let me demonstrate it. Hey, fertig, Gypsy. The snatch allows me to put my shoulder overhead in external rotation. This is a great way to avoid shoulder impingement. The next thing that the snatch also allows is a stabilization of the shoulder blade. Here's how you do the snatch. You have a shoulder width stance. The kettlebell's 1/2 meter in front of you. Now I'm hinging and I pull the kettlebell a little bit towards me so that the base is off the floor. Now I pull the kettlebell between my legs so that my arm makes contact with the body. Then I'm hip thrusting the weight up. As soon as that hip thrust is finished, the arm starts flying. And as soon as the arm reaches this top position, I want to insert my full wrist inside the window, that's this right here, of the kettlebell. Once the kettlebell is overhead, I want to stabilize my shoulder blade. If I want to drop it, I turn the palm towards me, I unlock the elbow, and I want to make sure that I reconnect my arm with my body as soon as possible and go back into the hinge. If you're thinking that this exercise might be a little bit too difficult for you, you're probably right if you're just starting out. The snatch is an advanced kettlebell exercise.
So here's an exercise beginners can use to substitute the American swing.
You have a shoulder width stance, the kettlebell is a little bit in front of you, you go into that hinge position, now you grab the kettlebell, tilt it towards you so that the base is off the floor. From this position, I swing the kettlebell between my legs, making sure that both of my arms make full contact with my body. Then I hip thrust the weight upwards, boom! The kettlebell starts flying and reaches its apex approximately at chest level. Then gravity sets back in, the kettlebell falls, and I want to wait until my arm reconnects with my body, and then I go back into that hinge position. So here's the next step that you have to do. You have to like the video, consider subscribing, share with a friend, and then go watch this video. If you're just getting started with kettlebells, we are the perfect channel for you because we're all about kettlebells. And in this video, I have a great tutorial and a workout included that's perfectly suited if you are just starting out. So go watch it right now.